You're watching News First, and up next is a look at Action TV. Teaching 8 periods during 6 hours a day is the world-accepted standard used in school education. The schools which implemented the decision taken by the Ministry of Education to teach 10 periods per day by conducting school until 3 in the afternoon had all failed. The main reason behind failure is that the decision was implemented by force according to personal whims and fancies without going into a public dialogue. When the Ministry of Education recalled the new program after realizing that it is a failure, just few days after implementation, the Zonal Education Director of Anuradhapura had enforced force on 10 schools. As per this forceful decision, these 10 schools in question must be conducted until 3 in the afternoon throughout this year, disregarding the ground realities. The teachers of the 10 schools in question carried out a demonstration yesterday against the said verbal orders of the Zonal Education Director, which were implemented keeping Director Kirula as a scapegoat. The school authorities of the 10 schools in question took measures to hold school for 5 Saturdays during the months of December and January, as the schools were scheduled to be closed for 13 days for Director Kirula. Accordingly, the school must be held only for 8 more additional days. These teachers have no objection to the schools being conducted for the remaining 8 days.
The children who come to these schools come from rural areas. These children leave their homes at around 4 in the morning. They again leave school at 4 or 5 in the evening and sometimes even at 7 in the night.
A serious incident is also reported due to the schools being conducted until 3 in the afternoon instead of holding school for 13 additional days to cover up for 104 periods that were lost due to Director Kirula by the school administrations as per the verbal instructions of the Zonal Education Director.
Because of this, a grade 9 student was abused.
A complaint was lodged at the Anuradhapura police on the 13th night under the name of the same underage girl who was the victim of the said incident. The underage girl, who was admitted to the Anuradhapura General Hospital on the 14th of this month, leaves the hospital after being subjected to a judicial medical examination.
I am the zonal director and we were not informed of such an incident. We have not been informed of such an incident in the recent past. This must be an old incident. During the past 2 years, I had to look into 3 incidents where students were abused. On the 14th of February too, I was informed of such an incident.
It is possible that the decision of the Zonal Education Director to hold school till 3 in the afternoon to cover up for the days lost due to Director Kirula may not have been a pilot project of the Education Ministry's plan to hold school till 3 in the afternoon. If there is any intention of extending the set school times, shouldn't we all keep in mind that ground realities which pave the way for the crime reported in Anuradhapura affects the children all over the country? Secretary of the Ministry of Education, this is over to you. Also in local news, General Secretary of the United National Party, Tisaka Nayaka, says that he vehemently condemns the attack carried out on a peaceful demonstration organized by the joint opposition, including the UNP. He made this comment at a meeting held in Manikina, Kandy today.
People cannot live today as the government does not feel their pitiful state. The people joined in such a demonstration against this. What did the government do? The government carried out an attack on peaceful demonstrators who have gathered. We vehemently condemn the suppression that is being carried out with the use of guns without listening to fair demands of the people. We are hoping to discuss this in Parliament.
Membership cards were given to party members at the meeting that was held at the Manikina party office.
An event to distribute safety uniforms to Kitul manufacturers in Badula district was held today under the auspices of Minister of Foreign Employment Promotion and Welfare, Dilan Pereira.
Safety uniforms for 171 persons involved in the manufacture of Kitul in the Badula district were presented. The majority in these areas are Sinhala Buddhists. We must find answers to the injustice that we had to face. That is by providing facilities to those engaged in industries and not by screaming against 13 plus. Representing the Sinhala Buddhists mean finding answers to the injustice that happened to us. That is by uplifting those involved in these industries.
The inaugural Colombo Diabetic Food Conference began yesterday at the Sri Lanka Foundation Institute. Today was the second day of the conference organised by the Sri Lanka League for the Prevention of Diabetic Foot Amputation.
The conference was attended by several key professionals in the medical field.
Last year, we established the Sri Lankan League for the Prevention of Diabetic Foot Amputations. The main aim of this league is to prevent people losing their feet due to diabetes. And we are proud that in the first year we were able to hold an international conference with the participation of world authorities and experts in this field to educate the Sri Lankan doctors, nurses and other health-related professionals.
The mirror wall at the Sigiri Rock Fortress, which depicts graffiti dating back centuries, and the priceless frescoes on its walls are now at risk of being destroyed owing to the insensitivity of those who visit the rock fortress.
The Sigiri mirror wall depicting ancient writings is considered a very valuable piece of history. Professor Senarath Paranamitana headed a tremendous effort to preserve the mirror wall in the rock fortress. But this is the manner in which locals who visit the rock fortress mark their names, addresses and even telephone numbers, and also various verses over the ancient writings on this mirror wall. English letters can also be witnessed on the east side of the Lion's Paw in Sigiriya. I would like to request everyone to make an effort to preserve Sigiriya for the future generations.
It is disappointing that we find it hard to witness the ancient writings on the wall. What we see are different names scribbled on it.
The project manager of the Sigiriya Cultural Triangle, Vajra Fernando, also expressed his views to us in this regard. Recently, there was an incident where 3 English letters were scribbled on the lion's paw. Incidents like this continue to take place. We continue to inform about this. But due to some reason, we find it difficult to stop this. This is not a task that can be done by a few security personnel or a few police officers alone. This can only be stopped with self-control. This is considered as the 8th wonder of the world. Therefore, protecting this is the responsibility of all Sri Lankans.
Two events of the Sasanata Aruna program were held in Anuradhapura today with the participation of Deputy Leader of the UNP, Sajith Premadasa. The 165th Sasanata Aruna program was carried out at the Manava Mahanama Raja Mahavihara in Mihintale, Anuradhapura this morning. Sajith Premadasa made a financial donation to renovate the temple at the occasion.
It is not the administration who has to bear the burden of fuel price hike. People are being asked to bear the burden while they are not remaining at the correct stance. You can remember a question was raised as to why there is a government if prices are being increased when it is done in the world market.
Sajith Premadasa made another financial donation to the Anuradhapura Eppavala Siambalava Sri Sudarshana Rama under the 166th Sasanata Aruna program. An incident where a child met with an untimely death when he got entangled in a swing was reported from Hettipola today.
The victim was a 6-year-old Kavidu Kesara Seneviratna from the Hettipola Ground Road in Kurunagala. Kavidu also has a little sister. He had made his way to this swing close to his house this afternoon. Kavindu's mother elaborated the incident that took place in sadness and pain.
It didn't even take me a minute. I went to get my tea, and when I came back, he was entangled on the swing. I took my tea and went to the front to look for him. When he wasn't, I went to the back. That's when I saw him stuck on the swing.
The body of Kavindu, who died after his neck got entangled onto the swing, was placed at the hospital and saw a large number of relatives arrive. Kavindu was a grade 1 student of the Hettipola Primary School. The Hettipola police have commenced investigations into the incident.